Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to another episode of Miracle Monday. We got started before recording, so we are going to jump right in. But what we're sharing with you and why we do Miracle Mondays is because Mom and I have all of these incredible conversations, like we were just happening before I hit record, and we wanted to share them with, those who feel inspired to listen, really in the hopes of inspiring you in some way, inspiring the listener in some way. So we're going to dive in because mom was like mid thought and I was like, I'm hitting record.
Okay.
So now I have to figure out how to get us entered into this conversation
Yes.
uh, in a way that makes sense to the listener because we just naturally went there. Um, so is it enough to ask you what is the awareness or the thought that okay, I'm going to preface it with this. Mom and I are always paying attention to how we're feeling, paying attention to, wanting to feel good, wanting to enjoy our life, wanting to heal what needs to be healed, feel different. I had a morning where I was, not feeling the way I wanted to, and then I shifted it because that's what I want to do. Always, which is another conversation and one we've had a million times. You are always, because of your health journey, your healing journey, you're being given an opportunity to constantly be looking at
How
what can
lucky
you
am I?
do. Pardon?
How lucky am I?
How lucky are you that you're being given this opportunity to have so much time and space to be looking within and looking at what needs to be healed or like what can you do in order to feel different because there's so much that you can't control right now, but maybe you
Yeah.
can. Anyways, but there's so
Maybe
much
I
that you can't
am.
control. Hmm?
Maybe I
Maybe
am.
you are. And so that conversation, like how I was feeling this morning, what you did, through the night or in the morning, is what prompted this conversation. So tell us, what were you thinking about this morning? And you can go back as far as the parts integration if you want, like just share what you shared with me,
Yeah.
whatever you feel inspired to share.
Yeah. It is a little bit challenging to know where to go back to or whatever, but I don't think it matters. It's
No, I
just
don't either.
it's so again, there's a whole bunch of things all merged together and because I'll say we, and then I'll speak just for me
Mhm.
in this. I am always looking at, what's going on? Like, how is it that I'm in this situation,
So
right?
not necessarily how you're feeling in the moment, but like, how is it that this is your journey?
Exactly. And
Okay.
so, again, I mean, I really do wake up in the morning and lay quiet and run through a bunch of things. Like nothing's planned and I don't have I have one thing that I do that's generally every morning, which I didn't do this morning, but it's a time
You were
when
busy doing other things this
I was
morning.
busy doing other things because it's a time when yeah, what I let things come to me. Let's just put it that way. And so one of the things I'll maybe even go back. I don't know if this is relevant, but Uwe and I have been watching Gaia TV and, looking at inspiring things. And I don't know how it came about, but he just said, like maybe one of the things for me is that it's a challenge for me that everybody's doing things for me. Like I've been so independent. I mean, since I was a kid, I was totally independent,
You were
left.
forced to be independent.
Well, I don't know that it was a bad thing. I mean, I had lots of great things and met great people that supported me and just, I mean, really, the truth is that is what,
I understand, but you did, have to move out at 13 and go live with other people because
no,
of,
not 13, 16.
oh, I thought it was 13.
13 is, no, I started work when I was 13, like babysitting and things like that. But no, I didn't leave home
I thought you went
until,
and lived with the Webbs at 13.
no,
Okay,
no.
well then I had that wrong this whole time.
There you go. No, I was older than that.
Okay, anyways,
Um, yeah, so the point is, where was I?
I know, I'm sorry. You've been independent your
I've
whole
been
life.
independent.
Yeah.
And so, Uwe was saying, like maybe it's really challenging for me to not be independent right now. And, the whole family is there supporting me, doing things for me, friends, like everybody is looking after me, the nurses, the doctors, everybody's looking after me. And I'm not used to that. So
Mhm.
that kind of started the conversation. And then thinking about me and work and how much I love work. And then, the thing is though, I've never liked the word retire, as you know. So it was I didn't like the word at all, but I guess it's because my work was such a big part of my life. I
Mhm.
mean, and it brought me so much joy. And, I mean, I could go on and on. So
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
people and with whatever. So I obviously didn't want to let go of it at all. And so kind of zipping ahead, and you can ask
Mhm.
me anything or whatever, but what came to me then is like maybe did this happen to me so that I could let go of my work and know that I am more than my
Yeah.
work? That's so even though I teach a whole bunch of things, that's where I think, we have to look at ourselves constantly. So,
Yeah.
we have that course, Identity by Design, and I, with Emma, designed it and, look at your qualities and characteristics and all those things and not your roles. And I can say all those things. And at a certain level, I was totally aligned with what I was teaching and, created and so on. And at this moment, I'm looking at, you know, did I really just identify with my work? That's who I've been for a very long time. And it was wonderful. But is it time for me to let that go? And because I'm in a really beautiful place in my life from the perspective that I don't have to work.
Yeah.
I don't. And it doesn't mean I have to like stop anything. Well, I'm not flying only because of my health, but the point is that I'm not, yeah. So I don't know if I'm kind of rambling. I kind of feel like I thought of so many things. I mean, and again, I did a parts integration. That was part of me wants to work and part of me
Yeah.
doesn't want to work, and doing that parts integration. And so again, once you've done the work, as you know, it's not that easy to remember those things. So for me to
Yeah.
share these things, and I did clearing, like limiting beliefs this morning around me and work. And, you know, so yeah, so I don't know. I'm just kind of rambling. So based on what I was sharing with you before, is there anything you wanted to ask me that I could speak more coherently about?
As per usual, we have like no agenda, no plan, no nothing. It's just a conversation. So this isn't what you asked me, but one of the things that really stood out to me is that you said, how can this how is this the journey that I'm on? How is this the experience that I am having?
Yes.
Not why is this happening to me?
Ah, yes.
So that's really, I think, an important really important thing because so many people, spend time trying to figure out why this is happening to them. Why are they feeling this? Why do they do this behavior? Why do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, as we know, keeps, really does keep you stuck because it's like it justifies all of the reasons why you're experiencing whatever it is that you're experiencing. So you're doing it from a place of curiosity, like how could this be my journey and what could the learnings be? What could this what are even the positive pieces of it? Like I was sharing with you, and again, this is like no idea that this is I mean, really, literally no idea that it's the truth. It's just like things come to you. And when you were sharing that maybe this is happening to you because it was like your only way of being able to like stop and have the time and space to recognize that you are not your business. You are not just the person. you are so much more than that. Um, that's one possibility, which feels, you know, better than thinking that this is happening for like no random re or like a random reason or to destroy you or to, you know what I mean,
Or
which is
something
never,
bad. I don't feel that it's bad. It's just
that's
like,
right.
you know,
I had a thought like somewhere along the way, and I was sharing with you earlier, and I have no idea whether it was in a meditation, whether it was during a walk, whether it was while I was sleeping, like I don't know where these things come, but it was like I had this flash of a thought of like that this is happening, and it was like the universe's way of protecting you from something else happening. It's kind of like the silly story, like if I'm in a border lineup, I'll just say to myself like it's maybe I'm in this lineup so that I don't end up somewhere else at a certain time, right? So it's kind of like that thought came to me. So I think one of the things that you and I do and that you do, because this, I know you don't want these conversations to be about you, but I hate to break it to you, they are. Because I think you're amazing and I want to share you with the world. Um, is that you're not looking at like, why is this happening to me? It's always in a this isn't the right word, but I'm going to say it anyways because I don't want to delay my thought for the right word. But like in a quest to be feeling as good as you can feel, so that you can be in this moment, circumstance as it is, and be grateful and enjoy your life versus what could happen is to feel really discouraged and down because you're not able to do all these other things that you once could do or wish you could do or all of these things. So
loved
I,
doing,
pardon?
loved doing.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
I think that is the point that I would like the listeners to hear is because we all have situations in our life where it's not unfolding the way we want, or we wish it could be different, or mourning what was that is no longer, or whatever it might be. Like there's a million different life situations, whether it's business, whether it's personal, whether it's health, whether it's relationship, where what you once had is no longer. And
Yeah.
now you have a choice on whether you wallow in the what once was and the fact that you don't have it anymore, or if you do anything to feel different so you can enjoy the new experience of life.
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I do think that, and I don't know how we think this way. I do think that you come in with certain ways of being, and I guess you live by them or you don't. But you also reminded me of, I can remember, as you know, I lived in a little cabin on the inlet, a
Yes, you did.
little old cabin that had no insulation, and people
Yeah.
thought I was out of my mind to move into because I had a beautiful new um, townhouse that I lived in, um, which I just rented out. But I went to this cabin in the woods, and but I
And
remember
it literally was a tiny little cabin that was heated by a wood stove, had
little
mice,
wood stove. Pardon?
but had mice, I remember.
I
But I
don't
mean, it
remember
was
mice.
right on the water,
Yeah,
like in the middle of the forest,
yeah.
heavenly. But anyways, carry
And
on.
everybody thought, really, they thought I was crazy
Yeah.
to do that. And at the same time, those people would visit me and nobody'd want to go home
Yeah.
because it was just like the most amazing place. But what I
Serene.
wanted to say is that I can remember standing, and there was a great big huge picture window that overlooked the inlet and the other shore. And
Mhm.
so when I looked at it, I remember this time of thinking, if I turn this way, that's my direction, this way. So I got the sense that whatever way I faced, there were a myriad of possibilities
Yeah.
for me if
Mhm.
I went here or here or here. Like they were all different opportunities. And it was just a matter of which way am I focused? Which way am I facing? Which way am I moving towards? And it's one of those things where, I mean, that's over 30 years ago.
Mhm.
And I still remember.
Mhm.
It's so vivid. I can just remember knowing that whatever way I turned was a different experience, a different path, a different journey, you know? So this, I guess, is just one of those paths and journeys. And again, for what I have experienced and what experienced to begin with on my trip to France, I mean, that was very, 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 very scary.
Mhm.
And now, you know, like it's just a miracle that I am as well as I am, you know?
It really is like when I think back, I have a vivid memory of a moment in time with you when you really weren't well, laying in your bed with you, and you were really just not well. Like I'll just say you just really were not well. And it's like I think of that moment and what that felt like being your daughter. And then I look at you now and it's like, God, thank goodness. Like, what? Like, I mean, it is literally a miracle.
Yeah. I know. So yeah, I can either look at the blessing
Yeah.
of being here and forget about what I went through to get here.
Yeah.
I have a choice which way I'm going to go. And
Yeah.
really, how blessed am I that all those things fell into place and special treatments that other people aren't eligible for. But because I was so healthy,
Yeah.
um, it's like really a number of miracles. So I have a choice
Yeah.
of what I focus on, but I mean it. I'm not just pretending to focus on those things. I
No, it's
believe it.
everything is real and true, right? And
Yes.
so it's like if you were to focus on all the things you used to do that you can't do now and how different your life is than what it used to be and what you wish you could be doing versus what you can't be doing, if you focused on that, you would be right.
And what a boring life
Like
I'd have and a sad life and
that's right. It would
whatever.
feel awful, but if you
Mhm.
focus on where you were last December and where you are now,
Yeah.
and like you said, the fact that I don't know if you're the only person in Canada getting this or whatever it might be, but like the
I was
fact,
the first person in Canada for sure, and BC, and maybe, I don't know if anyone else is doing it as yet. So,
yeah, yeah, like you got approved for something incredible. The nurses call you the unicorn, right?
well, that was the pharmacist, yes, at the clinic, but yes, yeah, it's something quite. I mean, I knew that I was the first person, but I didn't know that it was that you had to be approved. Like I had to be approved for
And
that.
that other people were declined, and
Yeah,
that everybody's watching you in your healing journey because you're on this really special path that other people aren't on.
yeah. So yes, there's miracles everywhere,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
really miracles everywhere.
yeah,
And again, it's like kind of not an either or. So I feel so much like, yeah, we know healthy and healthier, let's put it
yeah,
that way.
yeah.
Um,
There's
and
always room for the universe to know you'd like to get even better.
yeah, I can get stronger. And I still, again, I don't have any desire to go back to big corporate clients like I had. Like there's nothing in me that wants to revisit any of that, not
Yeah,
at all.
yeah,
And yet, do I love still doing the work? A little bit, yeah. I love when you and I work together. I love when we have a VIP client. I
yeah,
love, if we did a retreat, I would love it. Like I just want bits and pieces so that I can do it because I love it, that I can contribute, and then I get the benefit too because of loving it and bringing me joy.
yeah,
I
yeah,
truly love it. But do I want to have a business where, I'm building a business? No, there's not any
yeah,
aspect of me that wants to do that.
yeah,
I would like though to still contribute. So again, it's just all of these things to get more clear too, to be really conscious that I don't, well, I've known for a long time I didn't want to do the corporate clients anymore. That's just too much. It's not my vision or whatever. But again, this work that I just did this weekend on myself or this morning, makes it even better. It's even like I feel even more aligned with I am really fortunate. I can do whatever I want. And we're
Yeah.
not, suffering from it. And I can't do this because we don't have the money for this or we can't. I'm not saying we have a whole bunch of money, but I don't have to worry. I've, I've, we've,
You are in a good position.
we've created
Yeah.
a very,
Yeah.
very nice life. We don't buy lots of things or anything, so it's not that. But we just, yeah, I'm very, very, very blessed in
Hmm.
so many ways. So again, I can know that, but it seems like you just keep, when you're growing, you get each thing you get at a deeper level and a deeper
Yeah.
level. So doing that parts integration, has me feeling completely different about my day. I can do whatever I want in my day.
Like how many people would give anything to be able to do whatever they want?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, can
Yeah.
imagine if I want to go down and paint, I can go down and paint. If I want to read a book, I can read a book. If I want to talk to a friend on the phone, I can talk to a friend. If I want to write my book, I can write my book. I can do
Yeah.
whatever I want. That
Yeah.
doesn't seem to be the thing that I want to do, but you never know. I might be influenced soon, but so I don't know. Did we share what you wanted to share
I
or?
think so. I mean, I think these, again, there's nothing really that no agenda with what we share. These are the conversations that we have. That's what Miracle Mondays is. It's sharing these conversations. I think the way I mean, the feedback that I get from the people, who have reached out, who are listening, is like, you're amazing. The way you approach life is amazing and so inspiring. And this is another example of how you do it. And how, I mean, I think, well, obviously, I'm learning from you. So hopefully, I'm, eventually one day as amazing as you are in in the sort of the the overarching thing that I think, is that life happens to everyone, whether it's cancer or divorce or job loss or financial stress or unhappiness in a relationship or like whatever it might be, challenges with kids, doesn't matter. Life happens. That's what this human experience is. And that is the journey. Like to expect that it's going to be something different, to expect that we aren't going to face these things is like setting yourself up for disappointment because I think this is what life is.
And
And
we
we have a
haven't done
choice.
anything wrong or bad.
No, it just is. Like I think if we can accept that this is and life is amazing and beautiful and has challenges, it's all of it. I think it can be really hurt a lot or be really, really hard when we think it shouldn't be this way.
Yeah.
And if you think you did something wrong to get cancer, or I did something wrong to have, or you did something wrong to have dad leave, or like if life is, I mean, it just can be really hard. We have a choice, and it all is like how we're thinking about it and the deep desire to be happy and enjoy this journey and make a difference and all of those things, like everything you do, everything we talk about on these, like on all of our calls, but also like here on Miracle Monday. I mean, I think that's something we're both blessed to, you know, do our best to do is like not let the things that happen in our lives define us, but do whatever we can do to feel as good as we can feel, to love our life exactly as it is right now and move towards a beautiful future.
Yeah. I think that's it. It's like to love and accept and look for the goodness now. And still, you can still want
Yeah.
something different, right? And
But it's not all be happy when.
exactly. And, it just is really important to, yeah, to remember. And I really think it's our belief systems, like basically, it's our belief systems to be willing to believe that there must be a higher purpose in this
Mhm.
versus, poor me. I can't do this and I can't do that and, whatever. And quite frankly, today, because of all the work I did this morning, it's like I can't even go there to try and be
Yeah.
unhappy. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, no. But I think and it is sincere. It's not a put on happy face.
No,
It's
it's not the fake it till
sincere.
you make it kind of idea.
No, no,
Yeah.
definitely not. So
Yeah.
again, if so the other thing, just one more thing before we conclude, is that I think if this isn't how you want to look at life, that's okay too, because it's your journey.
Yeah.
You want to do it a different way. There's no judgment. We shouldn't judge anybody. And it's really challenging because we're happy. And I mean, yes, we have our challenges. I agree, but we are generally happy people. And
Yes.
so we
Yeah.
want everybody to be like
I
that.
know.
And so we want to share everything we do
Yeah.
and how we get there. But it may not be their journey.
That's
It's
right.
none of our business. If
Yeah.
we can support people, then beautiful. And if we can't support them, if that's their journey, then it's none of our business how other
Mhm.
people live their life unless
Yeah.
we can be of
100%.
service and they come to us because we can serve.
Well, and I think that's why, and I know we do need to wrap up, but I do think that's why we don't ever like sell or try to push people or want to convince people that we're the right people to work with, which does like limit, because I'm actively growing a business, it limits like from a any expert and what they're going to tell me I need to
Yeah,
do, it does limit because I actually have zero desire to convince somebody that I'm the right person to work with.
yeah,
I believe like if you're drawn to me and you feel like it's the right thing at the right time, then yay. And if not, then I completely let it go because I'm not the one doing the work, they are. And so
yeah,
no matter if I push them,
yeah,
work with me, it'll change your life, and they don't really feel aligned, they're not going to go from the call and go do something different, and they're not going to get the results. Like it just, anyways,
different.
yeah. So
I
it's,
think that we have a different foundation too in NLP. Sorry, I know we have to wrap it up, but we can maybe talk about that another time. But I've really been thinking about that too. That's been coming to me. I don't know why, but remembering that really I learned master practitioner on sacred ground in Hawaii, with heiaus and whatever. So there's a different energy behind our model
yeah.
of NLP. So, yes, it's pure in terms of the processes, absolutely. The motivation behind it, I think, is what also helps us to really help other people and
I
have,
mean, I feel like it's that in combination with who we are as people,
mhm. But
right?
maybe
Because
that's why we
anybody
ended
can
up,
learn, pardon?
maybe that's why we ended up learning from who we learned from and in Hawaii and,
100%.
all
Yeah.
the stuff
A
we've
hundred
done,
percent.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Anyways,
okay.
okay. I love
See,
you.
see you sometime. I
See
love
you
you too.
sometime.
Ooh, see you soon.
I know. We will have one more Miracle Monday here, and then I'm going to be down with you.
Yahoo. All
Okay.
righty.
I
Okay.
love you.
Love you too. See ya.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.